How's it going, guys? I got a couple of people asking me to do my World Chalice deck profile, and I do mean a couple, like two. I'm not very well known on YouTube. Don't ever plan to be, which is fine. But I have nothing better to do during these dark times, so I figured I'd show you. Uh, every good World Chalice deck profile starts out with three of these guys. They give you two monsters for free on the board, so not much else to say about that. You want to resolve it every single turn one. If you don't, you're going to have trouble comboing off. Also, it's a lot of people forget that it sucks up an extra deck monster if it's left on the field, which is cool. If you can't summon a boss monster because your draws were crap, then maybe you can summon that. You got 3 Lee to search out mostly your World Chalice, but you can add other things if you already have it. But yeah, basically it's just a Stratos. Cool effect it has, it can send a card from hand or field, a monster card from hand or field to a graveyard to return it to your hand, which is very useful for getting out of guard dragon locks. You got your 3 World Chalice guard dragons, really cool hand trap that can stop impermanence and things like that, which is super situational. What's not situational, though, is that it can just revive a normal monster to a link arrow. Cool for comboing, which is basically the theme of this deck. You got 2 Chosen. There are other, World Chalice normal monsters, but they're bad because this one can be summoned off E-Tully. So that's the only one that I run. I used to run more when Eve was still legal because different levels mattered. Now levels don't mean anything, so I wouldn't recommend running any of the other ones. You got the best card in the deck, Venus, and her Shine Balls, of course. Venus is a 1-card combo. It's the card you want to see in every single opening hand or a way to get to Venus, which I run a lot of those as well. Yeah, I mean, not much else to say about that. You normal summon it, you get 3 free normals. That's real perfect for the deck. Also, this is probably the only deck that I can think of right now that can afford to run 3 Shine Ball vanilla normal monsters that would otherwise clog up basically every single other deck in the game. I even run another level 2 normal light fairy monster. Fun fact, Shine Ball and this are the only level 2 normal light fairy monsters in the game. I know that's really specific, but you figure there'd be more. This is just an unexpected die target. Like I said before, it doesn't matter what level your normal monsters are. It doesn't matter what name they are. All that really matters is that it's a normal monster, because any normal monster can make Mduck. So I chose a transmodified target as my as one of my normal monsters, as opposed to just running a bunch of World Chalice names, and I am really liking it. I showed a combo in a video that I encourage you guys to go check out, where you have Unexpected Die and Transmodify, and you get this crazy combo without even using your normal summon. So that's why I run that. One Eva searches out Lee, searches out Trickstar Lilybell to summon off of when it's added to your hand. It can search Heralds too, which I use in this deck. But yeah, that card's required for Union Carrier combos. I am using Herald right now instead of Called by the Grave. I've never liked Called by the Grave. I ran it in the past because I wasn't running Eva, of course, but now that I am running Eva, I really like this card. It combos with Transmodify because it's a level 2 light fairy, and it just bricks your hand less than Called by the Grave. And it stops Nibiru, which is really nice. Called by the Grave does not stop Nibiru, so I'm really liking triple Herald of the Orange Light. What else we got? We got a Red Eyes. Red Eyes is, what hasn't been said about Red Eyes. This card's going to get errated soon. The deck will not function as well, but you still get an Ningirsu draw 3 even with the errata, so it's a good card. Guard Dragons, stuff. Gamma Seal, the Sea Turtle Kaiju. Best negator in the game, hands down. Not only does it negate, but it vanishes. Does not target or destroy. And you basically have unlimited counters with the way that the deck works when the board's all set up, so... and the best part, it can't be kaiju'd. It is a kaiju. Transmodify. I'm slowly starting to believe that this is the best spell card in the deck, and that's just because of the sheer amount of level 2 light fairies I run. I run the Happy Lover, I run all the Shine Balls, I run Lily Bell, I run the Lees, and I run Unexpected Die to get the Happy Lover. So that's 14 cards in total, which means this card is live 86% of the time you see it in your opening hand, if my math is correct. And by my math, I mean the math I punched into the Yu-Gi-Oh! Probability calculator. Hey, we were just talking about this card. Unexpected Die. Great card to see in your opening hand. Absolutely trash to see anywhere else. But that's fine. This deck is just a bunch of 3-ofs that boost consistency, and then you throw your entire deck onto the board and it becomes unbreakable, and then your deck is just a useless hook at that point. It doesn't matter what you draw. Whatever you draw is just going to be used to fodder off for Ningirsu's removal effect. Emergency Teleport. It's just Unexpected Die that you can activate whenever you want, if you're specifically and only summoning Chosen. I use this to make Masquerena a lot, actually, but, it can be a starter card, too. World Legacy Succession, and I'll go ahead and show Monster Reborn. Both are great for any combo deck. This deck's never going to not have an arrow for you to summon to, and this is searchable, and Monster Reborn, you can do what you want, but it's at 1, so Gameciel's got to have his Kyoto Waterfront, so that's why I'm running that. I've always liked this ratio, even when Terraforming was at 2, I was only running this at 1, because you're drawing through like 16 cards in your deck, so you're gonna see a 3 of. Shade Brigandine. I used to run this at 3 when E was banned, but now I've just cut it down to 2 since it's hard once per turn and it combos with less things. I used to run a level 1 tuner before to combo with that, but it doesn't matter now. Now it's just a free normal monster, which you can make Induck with. And the main reason to run this deck, if you ask me, is this card, World Legacy Sorrow. It's searchable now. Well, it's searchable again now that Dragon Link can't get our card banned anymore because that's World Legacy specific. We can search this and we can out Dark Ruler no more with it, and that is really good for a combo deck like this. It sets it apart from things like Adamancipator and Dragon Link and combo decks like that. And the only other deck that I know of that does that is Zephyra, maybe, and only the OCG plays Zephyra. Nobody here plays Zephyra. So that's the main deck, 40 cards. And the extra deck is, of course, 15 cards, as all extra decks are. We got ourselves two Inducks. I would like to play 3, but the extra deck is so tight that I can only fit 2. I challenge you to make 1 work, but I've never been able to get 1 Induck to work. But it is the best Link 1 ever printed for an archetype, if you ask me. Maybe like Nordic's Link 1 is better, but you still have to discard 2. I don't know. I think this one's the best one. It gives you an extra normal summon, and it special summons when it leaves the field, and that is not once per turn, so that's crazy. But all the links do that, including this one. Eve's mostly here for her arrows and the fact that her name is Eve the World Chalice Priestess, which is that's good for Ningirsu draws and important for combos. So it's also the only World Chalice link that's easy to summon. The other ones all require like specific things. Like Induck requires a normal. This guy requires 2 World Chalice names. This was back when they were printing links that don't just let you have 1 monster and then any other monster you want. So we make do with what we got. I would love it if you could make Link Spider with this guy, but sorry, I would love it if you could make this guy with Link Spider. But you can't. You need 2 World Chalice names. But it is still a fantastic card. It's a Monster Reborn. It lets you loop Red Eyes even more. So, and it's important for the combo. And then Ningirsu. The entire deck is built around Ningirsu drawing 3. So obviously you need at least 1 of those. And then you can have enough material to get a Saryuja draw 4. I never actually link Ningirsu away though. I always keep him because he has a disgustingly powerful removal effect that fuels your Kyoto counters and creates a lovely little co-link right there for you to activate your counter trap with. And your opponent's not gonna sphere mode your Saryuja and your Ningirsu. They're gonna Saryuja the dangerous cards. So you always have those around. Link Spider's good for unbricking your hand, so I run 1. You have to be prepared to draw Shine Balls, and 2 Shine Balls and World Chalice is full combo thanks to this guy, so there's no way I'm not running at least 1. Union Carrier is the best thing to happen to the deck since Eve the World Chalice just this year. They turned Venus into a one-card combo. Not even Synchro Eve did that. So, you know, you got to run that. That's the reason why the deck is really good now. I think really consistent. We got both our guard dragons. They revive and get red eyes respectively, and every single one represents a Saryuja, which is why I run 2 Saryujas. Gosh, this is the best card in the deck, really, if it comes down to it. This is what lets you play those really weird boss monsters like Gameciel and Crestia. And both of these represent 4 draws each, and then you can put back whatever bricks you drew. You're going to draw a lot because you have 3 transmodifies and 3 unexpected dies in the deck. So, but that doesn't really matter. Like, once your board's set up, your deck is just a useless husk that you draw spell cards from to set and then activate Ningirsu's effect off of. Yeah, I'm going to show these together. I think these cards go together. They're like a match made in heaven. I think that this is probably the best play of the deck because it's pretty guaranteed, unlike Gameciel, and it is very demoralizing to fight against. So you have an IP Masquerena linking off a Lieb, and not only does that spin back a card on your opponent's side of the field, non-targeting by the way, it gives you 2 Kyoto counters because these are going to grave, and it gives you a completely indestructible Mekk-Knight Crusadia Avermax, which will spin away another card if you somehow do find a way to get rid of it as well. That probably won't happen though, they'll probably scoop, because this with a Gameciel backing it up is no joke. Not many decks can beat that. So as expensive as this package is, it's probably the most expensive part of the deck. It's absolutely worth it if you ask me, because it's just so good. It's also the reason why I don't run Cristia. You can't use Masquerena really with a Cristia variant. But yeah, that's the deck, guys. I can show a bit of the side deck. I don't like my side deck. I'm probably going to change it up a bunch. But I would like to talk about this card specifically. This is mandatory, in my opinion, for World Chalice, Dark Ruler No More, because you don't really care about dealing damage. You're going to put up so many negates when your combo goes off that your opponent's not going to, they could be Salamangreat with like dumping its entire deck into the graveyard. It's not going to matter at all. You're going to completely out-resource them in terms of negates. So all that matters is that you, I mean, I wouldn't side in Dark Ruler No More against Salamangreat, but just to give you an example of how much advantage you can destroy with just the negates that this deck can put out. So I would absolutely run that. I'm trying out a Point of Red Lotus. It's a good way to get rid of Sphere Mode. I'm liking it. I try not to side in too many going first cards for this deck because it's already so powerful going first. But that's the one that I would probably consider. I'm not showing you that because I'm getting rid of that. Kaijus are really good in this deck because you run Kyotos, so they're searchable essentially. However, you got to be careful about which Kaijus you give your opponent. Never give them Gameciel if you have a live Kyoto up. Obviously, you're going to give them a really good negator. And I'd run Lightning Storms if I have them, but I'm running some Interrupted Kaiju Slumbers in the meantime. But I should probably change these out. In fact, I think I will change them out for Twin Twisters here soon, at least until I can afford the big money cards. And of note, Jinzo is a really cool way to get rid of trap decks. And it's a transmodify target, you know. So it's tutorable out, which is really cool. And I'm going to cut this. I don't like this card at all. I was using it to get rid of Sphere Mode, but it's just so bad. Don't play it. But it's technically in my side deck right now. And I'd run a Godarla too if I had one. That was only 14 cards, but Godarla is really good right now because people are throwing out that barrier statue with the Cymorg link. But that's it for the deck, guys. Really cool deck, really fun. You are going to spend a lot of time trying to memorize the combos if you pick it up, but that's the entire reason I started playing the deck, because I wanted a really cool non-linear deck that had a bunch of different combos depending on the hand. And it's really fun to solitaire with as well. It's probably the most fun I've had solitairing with a deck as far as decks go. I mean, I haven't tried a bunch, but I've had a lot of fun playing this deck. It's definitely my favorite deck of all time. And I hope you guys enjoyed as much as I do. Thanks, and bye.